All right. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the after show. We have another panel of 5 featuring the same lovely gentlemen from last time. We got me, Zeph, Ken, Kmplxity, Red, and ChillForce. So, up to this moment, we have... Let's do a little recap about Boogie2988. Because at this point, we have gone full spiral into a rabbit hole of crap, to say the least.
I am fat.
Yes.
Drama.
So,
Cancer.
Boogie, 2 years ago, has said that he has cancer. We all took him at his word.
Cancer.
A rare form of cancer, exactly. We all took him at his word, and we have not really questioned him since. Now, people since then have kind of come out and said, like, hey, like, what's the truth behind this? Well, Boogie has been in his own set of controversies here and there since then. And as of late, he decided to do a meme coin. He decided to try to scam his audience or scam people and get in cahoots with some crypto bros. And
the introduction of Andrew Cake.
Oh yeah, got about. We only have confirmation that he got $5,000 out of it, but he says he was supposed to get $10,000. Well, due to this accusation and due to the fact that he has quite literally shit the bed, people have come out, and lovely Mr. Destiny came out and accused Boogie2988 of faking his cancer. He had an amazing live stream with Keemstar, Medicare, as well as a couple other guest stars, where Boogie simply straight up refused to show his medical records that would exonerate him of all scrutiny. Well, little did we know there was a reason behind it.
Fuck you!
Yeah. Little did we know there was a reason behind it. So, it comes out in the most recent live stream that Boogie, up to this point, it's not on his portal.
Shocking.
And now he no longer gets $75,000. He no longer has the ability to say he has it. It is simply not on his portal.
I just want to say something real quick to interrupt you. Chill, you better eat crow and eat shit for everything you said last episode. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
All these motherfuckers defending him, saying all this shit. Fuck you. Fuck everything you stand for. Eat crow and eat shit. All right.
Fuck your belongings, too.
So, Keemstar has a live stream to essentially go over all of this, and it is revealed that he does not have it on the portal. They end the stream, and essentially everybody said he should be fired. Keemstar originally was not saying like this is where he should be, but due to the nature of events, due to the fact that everything was happening the way it was, Keemstar decided to host another live stream where he decided the fate of Boogie. Little did we know that we were going to record literally the day before that live stream, and as well as predict probably 90 to 85% of what was said and or what was theorized should happen.
So smart.
Yeah. So we're kind of recording back to back because the live stream that happened yesterday was pretty fucked. And yeah, Ken kind of hit it on the head here. Ken kind of hit it on the head here with ChillForce. ChillForce here was love him. Kind of very reserved in hitting on Boogie. So ChillForce, what would you like to say now that knowing that Boogie has not only pretty much walked back all of his defensive statements, but also pretty much said that, yeah, I knew I didn't have cancer, and I have no other way to justify it.
Well, I have to start off by saying I apologize. I was completely wrong. I didn't know I was wrong. It was an accidental lie. It was not on purpose.
There's no such thing as an accidental lie.
Yeah, man, you gotta be. There was somebody in the Discord who went. There's somebody on the Discord who went 1 minute in, and this guy's already defending Boogie. No thanks.
My doctor told me to trust Boogie. I called my sleep doctor. He said I should trust Boogie. I didn't quite understand him, but I went with it. He's my doctor. I trust him, even though I can't understand him.
You know
what? Barely speaks English.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, now that we have everything out on the air, let's get the true timeline of events. Let's make sure everybody knows the true timeline of Boogie. Okay.
Let's not say true timeline.
That's a good point.
Time.
But this is I've had to do a little bit of CIA investigating here to try to piece it all together, but I think I got it pretty good.
Did you do gay ups on Boogie? Is that what you just did?
I did. I'm sorry, Boogie.
Damn it.
Join our show.
So it was
we'll talk about it. We'll talk
Keem,
about it.
Tommy, PewDiePie. Who else did Tommy say was doing the gay ups on Boogie? Boogie was part of his own gay ups. Yeah,
Boogie
Destiny.
Absolutely.
Well, Destiny is just straight gay, so it's like
true. So up to this point, this timeline has been relatively scrambled, but this is what we got. So Boogie, at some point in the last 2 years, went to his sleep doctor, and he was told that he was getting a CPAP machine because he has polycythemia vera. He supposedly doesn't ask anything else because his doctor is not American and does not speak good English. And he was nervous or something. I don't know exactly his reasoning, but it was like, for some reason, he just didn't ask. Like, if somebody told me I have a blood disorder, I'm going to ask.
With sympathy baiting, let's be honest, bro.
I just want to say, before we go too much further into Boogie's timeline, I already have a huge critique that hasn't been raised yet on this timeline. And I'm surprised Destiny didn't pick up on it. I don't have much respect for Destiny, but he was doing pretty good, peppering Boogie with his logical inconsistencies. How do you go to the sleep doctor, and the sleep doctor has your medical records and has your diagnosis, and that's the first time you hear about it?
Yeah, that's like the prologue before the prologue. Like, we don't have that information.
Boogie's claiming that his primary doctor, who he loves, who's had a 12-year relationship with, who does speak English, okay, his family doctor, diagnosed him with cancer or with polycythemia vera or something, right? Like, he put something in his charts and just didn't tell Boogie. And he just said, we're going to send you for a sleep study now.
The thing is, he also included his brother in that shit because his brother has some medical knowledge. He really does. And so he's also putting his brother's reputation at stake here, putting his brother's credibility at stake here.
But I disagree with that.
We'll go into that later. Let's.
Well,
I think that is a whole thing.
Okay, but here's my thing. It is a whole thing. But if we're just gonna go, just me going down a timeline is fucking boring. Like, I understand we don't want to jump back forth, but let's give us a fucking topic and let's kill it. And then we'll go to the next one. Like, that's the way I want to, like, because if we're gonna go through the whole timeline, dope, cool, down for it. But the first timeline 2 years ago, right? He started lying. We all know that. He turned around, doctor, Google, blah blah blah. Move forward, like you were saying. At the end of the day, though, he still fucking lied. It's all fake. It's all fabricated. And honestly, in my personal opinion, I think he wouldn't have been fired had he put up a better fight against Destiny.
So first and foremost,
I'm going to dissent with you there a little bit, purely for the fact that what he did was so shitty. Like, I mean, like,
yes,
when you plug in the timeline, and essentially what this timeline, if this is accurate, he knew long before today. He probably knew a month after he had actually made that video and started sympathy baiting that he did not actually have cancer. He might have cancer. So there is a very strong possibility that he is known for the last year and 11 months that he does not have cancer, but since then has said that he has cancer.
Well, and
so that's why the timeline, in a sense, is important, because it does paint a picture that he knew much earlier, not recently, not as of recent, like he keeps trying to portray himself like, oh, up till now I've thought I've had cancer. No. Once it's all out in the open, it's pretty obvious that he is known for a long time, and he's just been running with the same lie.
But they went over that,
like, he's hoping.
They went over that on the pod.
I think the two segue together very well, because you're essentially saying he knew this long ago because he has set out his version of events that he basically knew almost right away, right? And then that does segue into what Kmplxity is trying to get at, which is that Boogie then started to rope in close people to him in his life,
exactly,
and get them in on the deception.
And that's the problem.
That's all it is.
Oh, yeah.
That's the biggest problem right there. Like, it would be one thing if Boogie just lied by himself. He roped his freaking child into it. He roped his freaking brother into it. He gets other people to talk for him and basically, like, get up on them and be like, this is it, right? This is the truth, right? Right? You know it's the truth, right? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's like, bro, he's a piece of shit. And to get on to the whole, the brother staked his reputation, I hate people are running with that because no, he did not. Did he go to his boss and say, hey, my brother's a fat lying piece of shit on saying that he has cancer and we all know that he didn't and I lied for him? Did he do that? No. Does anybody know where he works? Probably. Listen. This is jarhead logic. We can't fucking deal with it. All right. That's not even jarhead logic. That's straight logic, bro. He says he stakes his reputation.
No.
What reputation?
No. When he called his brother, had him on the live, and his brother said he saw it in the medical paperwork. At that point, he's done.
In the locale universe, Boogie can't call him in again.
Have you seen the video? Have you seen the videos that have stemmed from the locale universe with all these fucking commentators? Stop.
Yes, I have, but it's not like deep. Okay, but is anyone going after his job? Does he lose? He lose his? Hold on, we don't know that. But does he lose his license now that Boogie has come out and admitted he lied? No. So he hasn't staked shit.
It does depend because there are ethics laws that's if he's a true healthcare professional, which I don't believe, there are ethics rules that dictate what you're allowed to say, even publicly, even outside of the realm of your job. You can't go and say, I vouch for this man, he's got cancer.
Right. It's like the Goldwater rule.
Right. And if it's a total lie, someone could file an ethics complaint to either have him removed from a position, or if he had any credentials, which I doubt, he would have those taken away because there are governing bodies that offer their credentials that you can file ethics complaints against.
True, but there's also the fact that
we have seen.
Go ahead.
You have seen certain groups online that take shit, harass employers in workplaces, and get things happen. I'm not going to say who they are. I'm not going to say what they've done. I think we're all smart enough to understand what that means.
Correct.
So because of his position, because of his credentials, because of the title he holds, that can be held in a little bit higher regard than, is there anything else I can get you from Burger King? Is that a number one with extra cheese and a Diet Mountain Dew? It's a little different. You know what I mean? So I think,
especially the fact that he came on there portraying himself like he's trying to use his position to say, like,
he's trying to use
I stake my reputation and my education and my place of power to stake it on the fact that he does have cancer. And he also didn't just defend the fact that he has codes on there. He's like, oh no, he has cancer. I've seen the diagnosis, which later he would then say, oh, I've seen the codes that he has cancer. So that doesn't make me trust him for a lick of shit. It tells me that Boogie said, hey, I need you to defend me having cancer, and then it completely changed. Oh, he has the codes for cancer.
But what I'm saying though is that
codes don't even fucking matter.
Here's the thing. He is his ramification for him lying for his brother. It is not due to him being a healthcare professional. It's due to him lying. So it's the same thing here, right? It's like if I worked at McDonald's and I went ahead and said, I stake my reputation as a fry cook on this, I'm not getting fired just because Boogie lied. If anything, he'd probably hire me as a manager. Like I'm saying is that like he's not losing his job. His job is not firing him. It's easy to go ahead and stake your reputation on something when you know you're not losing it. If he put out a piece of paper signed by his HR department or something stating that he will lose his job and license if Boogie is lying, that's him putting skin in the game. If people go after his job, but if trolls go after his job, it's because he was a piece of shit and lied for somebody who was lying about cancer, not because he was a medical person. I'm not even going to say a professional because I'm pretty sure he's just a researcher. But he's not due to the fact that he's a medical person, but due to the fact that he lied as a medical person.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, if he does this 1v1 versus Destiny and looks like a complete dumbass, it's a wrap. It's a fucking wrap for all them motherfuckers.
Right. I mean, I'm sure he'll be smarter than Destiny on a lot of medical stuff, but it's like, what are they going to do? Argue over what is more or less of a lie that Boogie said?
thing is, he needs to be confronted of why he said what he said about Boogie when that whole entire circle of trust knows that it was a fucking lie.
Yeah,
that's what he needs to be questioned on.
Yeah, because so here's the thing, right? We were talking about this a little bit before. The problem, part of his problem, and his biggest fallacy, and they're probably going to bring this up, the fact that in his tweet he called it a debilitating disease, and even Destiny honed in on this. Everything, when you look up polycythemia vera, there is no such thing as a debilitating part of this disease. It eventually turns into leukemia, and that's debilitating. But the disease itself causes so many other things that debilitating isn't. It's non-compute. They're not the same. Like polycythemia vera is not a debilitating disease.
Well, it's the Animal Crossing of cancer.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but also
they essentially
shelf life.
Well, I just want to touch back because Zeph, we were saying that, or you and Ken both got on me. We were saying that had he done better against Destiny in that debate or in that argument, that he wouldn't have been fired. I 100%.
He still would have been fired.
No. Because you want to know why I say that? Because if he could put up a decent fight on the regular, why would he get fired from the podcast? Imagine him being able to put up an argument why it was okay for him to lie about cancer every couple.
He fights with lies.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
With lies.
But he doesn't even need to fight with lies. He could have literally just not answered any of Destiny's questions and just called him a cuck the entire time. He could have gone after him for talking about wanting to fuck a 10-year-old. He could have gone after him for wanting to talk about getting nudes from underage girls or sleeping with underage girls. He could have gone after him for all of that. And you want to know why? It would work. Nobody would care that he went ahead and faked cancer because now all you have is two pieces of shit throwing themselves at each other. Like, who cares? It's just entertainment. Everyone wants to watch the world burn. And if he could put up a fight, he would have been on the next live.
The problem is, though, this form of entertainment is known to a lot of people, right? Because of Boogie faking the cancer. Now, if he said he had Destiny, said, I'll let my girl get fucked in front of me in my own goddamn bed. Okay, cool, you got it. But the problem is, though, people know that. People, he's already been ridiculed for that in the past. The thing is, faking a deadly disease, I don't know what to call it, a deadly condition where it touches home to so many fucking people, that outweighs a fucking lot. Because, I mean, I'd rather be known as a cuck than someone that fucking fake cancer. Now, I'm neither, trust me, but I'm just saying if I had to pick one, I'd rather be known as the Destiny. That's all.
Yeah, what you're basically saying, Plex, is what if he wasn't Boogie? What if he was a gray alien? If he's a gray alien on this podcast, we'd let him get away with a lot. But I feel like even if he's a gray alien, if he was faking some kind of cancer and then insulting a bunch of people and then going even further later in the podcast, because he's got all of his cancer stuff, and then he starts going into all of his self-harm and victim card and poor pity me. You know, that even if he was a magical creature, people would be mad at him. People would hate him.
No, I 100% I agree with you. I'm saying is he wouldn't be fired. He wouldn't have been fired yesterday because they would have continued. If he was, they would have continued to milk him until he could no longer argue, until he was no longer entertaining to watch him argue with people, because he started that podcast like he was going in for a job interview, and by the end of it he just was like, screw it, I'm gonna nuke myself. But he didn't take Destiny with him. That's the problem. Had he took Destiny with him, Keemstar probably wouldn't have fired him. It would have been like, wow, this is crazy, this is insane, blah 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 blah. I'm gonna need another live stream to figure it out. Because remember, he put the poll in asking, should I fire him? And he literally said, I'm just polling you guys. I'm not gonna use it to make my decision entirely. But it's like, come on, man. By the end of that podcast, Boogie was boring. Until, of course, he, threatened to cut himself, which, then, of course, that's too extreme at that point.
It was going to be a fake firing until he went so far with the self-harm.
Yeah.
And I think the knife kind of sealed it because, I think it's all fun and games, but the knife, that's a whole nother level, bro.
Well, you can meme on a person for cancer stuff and faking like that, all of that. But when it comes down to, I'm going to kill myself because I don't have cancer, it's a whole other ballgame, bro. How do you go from praying you have cancer to I'm going to start cutting to find it? Like, bro, come on.
Yeah, that was a whole nother level, bro.
Yeah. How much faking suicidality and glorifying suicidality is he going to do? And how many times are we going to end a podcast and everyone says wellness check, wellness check, wellness check before we start to even hold Keem accountable? Because at this point, either he is a sane person glorifying suicide and depression and trying to incite people who have those conditions to act out or to act on those things because he just lacks empathy entirely, or he's an insane person who has these conditions, who is suicidal, and Keem is repeatedly piling on the pressure to a suicidally depressed man who can't take the pressure. And it's a matter of time before, he can't actually take the pressure and he acts on it. And then, who's culpable for that? Like, if he were to actually have harmed himself, that's more than just losing your channel. That's some serious stuff, really affecting like Keem's career.
The night the wellness check doesn't get there in time.
And not just Keem, but like everybody associated with Lolcow Live. Everybody associated with this situation. I mean, who else did they have on besides Destiny?
Harley.
Muda. Yeah.
Yeah, any guest that's come on would have to distance themselves and denounce like all the stuff that they did.
Yeah.
Once. Oh, go ahead, Zeph.
The problem I have with this whole depression baiting and suicide baiting, like he in the middle of the episode, he very clearly said that he is no longer suicidal. But when pushed to this brink, when pushed against the wall, and Destiny's going in on him, and granted, I don't like Destiny. That's a whole other thing. Like the things that I'm hearing that he does in his free time, not very good at all. But for him to, in that moment, decide, I'm not suicidal, but I'm going to go get this flipping knife and threaten to cut myself with it, it makes him look insanely disingenuous. And I mean, we've talked in private about how much, like, during that same live stream, he kept saying that his eating behavior was
a form of self-harm.
Was a form of self-harm. And you don't openly admit things like that. That's like, some people they'll go talk to their private people, but you don't go to the internet and just blatantly say things like that.
Self-harm. Yeah.
Well, we know it's bullshit. He's saying it. He's saying it for the first time as a new deflection. He's not, he wasn't drinking Diet Mountain Dew and going like, I'm suffering so much. This is what I deserve.
Yeah.
Like, he's like,
My point being that I don't think there is a path of redemption. Like, I mean, kind of going back around to what we're essentially talking about, and the idea that act was the final straw. I don't think there is a way he can come back from it. Even if Keem were to say, if you don't drink Diet Mountain Dew, if you don't do this, if you don't do that, I don't give a singular shit. The amount of I'm forgetting the word here.
It's called
disingenuousness. Disingenuousness that I'm getting from one man. Like, I understand he's a lolcow, and there is, we're supposed to give the lolcows a platform. This is all what they're about. No. He's not a lolcow anymore. He's just a piece of shit. And I really like the guy. I really want to like the guy. Like, I sympathize with him on so many different things. And I've given him the benefit. Whenever he did this whole crypto thing, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I said, you know what? However he wants to make his bag, who gives a fuck, right? And then we come to find out that he's just super disingenuous about everything. And I lost all hope when he brought out that knife. I was like, there's a lot of things he won't do. And then there's this one thing he does do. And I'm just like, son of a bitch. I cannot, there's nothing I can say about that. There's nothing.
I fucking can't.
Well, the crypto scam is, in my opinion, it's not even a big deal, because literally who got suffered from that?
Yeah.
This is something that everyone suffers from. People suffer from suicidal tendencies. People suffer from people killing themselves and their family. People suffer from cancer. People suffer from dying from cancer, family from cancer. We already polled us last time. So, hey, let's have another poll. of everybody here, who's gotten that "did you hear about so-and-so" text, or that "did you hear so-and-so killed themselves" call? I know I have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It sucks, dude.
Especially if it's somebody you've served with. And it's like
the first thought is always, why wasn't I there? What could I have done differently?
Why didn't I see the signs? Mother, yeah. Exactly.
It's always the first thought.
Yeah. And that's the thing about it. Like, that's why I was saying is like, yeah, had he put up a better fight with Destiny, he would have stayed on there until that very end. Though it's because eventually what will happen is exactly what always happens with YouTube. You're gonna have to one up, and if Keem keeps him on there, or had he stayed not fired, right? It's like, well, he threatened to cut himself, so in order to get those 15,000 views to stay there, does that mean he's going to have to actually cut himself the next time around? And that's the problem. Once you get to that level of an extreme, you have to tuck and run, or you have to see where it goes and full send it. And Keem was smart enough, in my opinion, to say, nah, fuck that.
Yeah,
that's the most horrifying thing, right? Even though I think he's a piece of shit, I don't want to see the Boogie found unresponsive at his house tweet or news article. I don't want to see that at all. I don't wish that upon anybody. I hope that this doesn't push him to that level. I don't think it has. I mean, when you look at Keemstar's tweets, it looks like he reached out and Boogie is okay. But yeah, I nobody wants to be in that position, and then for him to just do the act of acting like he was going to, or insinuating that he was going to, all because of an argument with an online personality like that. It makes me feel a certain type of way.
And then, as soon as the stream's over, it had been cut off from us, but we were able to go find online from Destiny, who was also streaming the conversation. Boogie's pretty much like, good show. And
I didn't see that part.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Destiny and Muda were like, no, fuck you, man. Like, what are you talking about? And then that kind of cued him in. Oh, I need to keep acting.
Right, and that's the whole reason why I'm telling when Keem was like, this guy does have mental issues. I'm like, yeah, I treat it the same way as the cancer. No. Show me the results, bro. As somebody who grew up with a friend who was both diagnosed and I don't know how do you even say like active, both diagnosed and very obviously had split personality. You fuck off with that mental bullshit. Show me some receipts.
There is none. Yeah. That's the problem.
Exactly, because there's been too many times where we've seen him mask off, where we've seen him do all the screaming, all the yelling, and then remember as soon as he thinks that the camera's off. Yeah, remember when he thought the camera was off 2 different times during Tommy being the host? He completely changed. He completely changed. He was like, well, now that it's just us guys, like I wanted to talk, and then he learns that when Tommy tells him, who told you that we stopped recording? I never said we weren't live. It boom, starts up again. Fuck him.
Yeah,
that's the thing, man. Go ahead. Sorry, you've been trying to talk.
What kind of evidence do we have? Speaking of evidence, that he's even been seeing a doctor, that he even has polycythemia, that he's got anything. He held up some pill bottles. Those could be old pill bottles.
We're getting to a point. We're getting to a point where with Boogie2988, it does not matter what he says. We can't trust a word he says because like this isn't the first thing he's lied about. This isn't the first time we've had to try to unscramble the timeline of events. This probably won't even be the last. And that's what's fucked up. This probably hasn't changed him at all. He's probably gone. As soon as that camera went off, just like you said, mask off. All right, walked away from the screen and just went on about his day.
And the reason why 100%. Is because he lied about he both lied and admitted he lied about losing all of his money in crypto. He lied about almost losing $1 million, admitted he lied about almost losing that money, and it admitted that he pulled out 200,000, or not 200. He didn't pull it out. He has over $200,000, and he admitted he has over $200,000 8 months ago. And that's what, or around $200,000 when he put the money into crypto, and that's what he's been living off of. And it's on RTU, it's on Review Tech USA stream where he and Muda were arguing, and he admits that instead of that he didn't actually lose almost $600,000, he counted his potential gains off of his crypto investment as a loss, which technically, yes, ones and zeros are a fucking loss. But at the end of the day, as his favorite saying goes, it was never your money. You never pulled it out. You never had it. You literally put money into crypto. It went up and did exactly what meme crypto shit does. It went down. And you pulled out $200,000. You lost 50. He put in a $250,000, 250, lost, it went up to like 750, lost in $500K in a night. Then it drops down back to 250, lost that 50, so he went down to 200K, and he's just been pulling that out for the last 2 years in his crypto or in his bank, from his bank. He just lies. He lies about everything. There's nothing there. There is. I would be surprised if he's even dating Desi. Maybe he's been. Maybe his longest.
It's all good for entertainment. It's all good for entertainment. Those are that's the worst part about it, is he gets away with it because at the end of the day, if I tell everybody that I lost almost $250,000 or however much it was, it sounds way better than saying I lost what I could have had.
Oh, and he's even lost, or he's even lied about his YouTube income too. 17 years on the platform, and he says he's only made 1.2 million. There's no way, dude, no way. No. Not when you had 4 million subscribers, and there were times where your videos were in the hundreds of thousands. There's no fucking way. I don't care how bad you are with money. 1.2 is what he said on the Review Tech USA. Almost 17 years, right? That's how long he's been doing it? Because that's what, 17 years. That's what Keem said yesterday. There's no way, bro. I mean, even if we are generous and say half of that, he was like a no-name, right? Because I don't really know when he blew up. I think it was like 2013 or something, 2014, around there, 2016 maybe. But it doesn't, bro. 1.2 million, more than enough to live off of for the rest of your life if you know how to invest it.
I just plugged in, 1.2 million divided by 17, and that puts you at about 7.5K a year, which is a very livable salary.
It's very low for YouTube.
It's very low for YouTube.
It's low for yearly. YouTube, yeah. But I mean, let's agree to disagree. Like, his first couple of years were probably not that good. A couple later years were probably much. But yeah,
talking averages.
But even then, if you have $250,000 to invest, it is your fault that you're broke. I'm sorry. It's just
investments are investments.
Yeah. And then he wanted to turn around and go, oh well, you know what? A strong investment is crypto and Ethereum. It's like, bro, or what did he say? No, he didn't say crypto. He said, what's the crypto coin? The big one, the biggest one. Bitcoin. Yeah, he said Bitcoin and Ethereum are what people should invest in, or what he would invest in and does keep investing in, because they are solid investments. They almost never drop. It's crypto, bro. You should have put that $250,000 into the stock market.
He probably did.
He didn't. He admitted he didn't.
No, he said he didn't.
Yeah,
he probably did.
Oh yeah, maybe. That's it. That's
he's probably doing very good in stocks right now.
We should start looking into all of the stuff he said he hasn't done, because that's probably the stuff he has done.
Yeah, exactly.
This show would never end if we did that.
True.
Not us. That's why.
You know?
That's why I said last episode, he's literally Peter and the Wolf at this point. Like, whatever comes out of his mouth has to be verified in some form or fashion. Anything Desi says is I don't trust at all. Right. Number one, she's mentally fucked up. I don't care what anyone says. He said she went through some shit. I'm just gonna agree with that because hopefully he doesn't lie on that. But you can tell she is so fucking camera shy.
Well, she's high.
Well, here's the thing. She's gonna lie for the person who pays for the roof over her head. Sorry.
Oh yeah, definitely.
She did.
No, you're right. You're right. But the other thing too is when they brought up, I guess, her getting blackout drunk and Muda ignoring her. I
thought that was a little weird. I don't know why.
No, that was 100% needed. Yes.
He did the right thing.
Because Boogie tried throwing him under the bus to make him look like a bad person, and Muda was like, no, I chose not to talk to your girlfriend because she wasn't in her right mind. You were painting me out to be a bad person. Tell the truth. You were trying to shove shots down your girl's throat.
Okay. Yeah, I missed those exact words probably because there was a lot of things.
I
missed that aspect of it, but yeah.
No, what I'm saying is, if I'm just meeting somebody for the first time, like granted YouTube, whatever. If I'm in person meeting somebody for the first time, and they say, "Hey, my girlfriend wants to meet you," she's blackout fucking drunk. I'm not talking to her.
Yeah, it's highly I can remember that she met him either.
Yeah, and apparently she did.
Yeah, he said she remembers everything. Fuck you, bro. No, she didn't. I'm sorry. There's no fucking way.
Do you know what my early 20s was at my local bar? It was a lot of meeting me for the first time. Or me introducing myself to you for the first time. You want to know I got drunk most of the time.
Well, she said on the podcast that she has a terrible memory. When they were quizzing her on what doctors does Boogie see, have they talked about cancer in these appointments? She's like, I'm very...
Hey, bro, I'm going to tell you right now, my wife has the memory of a fucking elephant. She remembers everything. Whenever I need to go to the doctor for like a non-routine appointment, I take her with me and she asks all the questions because she knows what to ask. She knows she can keep the memory of it and she can help me with treatments. I'm not saying that Desi has that ability, but the thing is, I'm sure he took her there for the moral support thing, but if she really truly loved him, she would pay attention and she would probably want to know more information.
Well, she can't. Yeah, Boogie's been filling her with drugs the entire time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Anytime that she's sober, he's either love bombing her or threatening her, like, don't leave me. He's probably saying things like, oh, I'm going to end my life if I don't have you.
Yeah.
And... doing whatever.
Like some high school shit, dude.
Yeah, well, that's who he is.
He's just a
fast. That's Boogie. Like what you just described. That's literally what Boogie
gross,
does,
bro.
He's also dealing with somebody who is very susceptible to that.
Susceptible and submissive. Yeah. No. And that's the thing about it too. Is like, he got on Destiny for saying that Desi was like his kid, but it's like, bro, how you can't play both sides. You can't make jokes like that and then get upset when somebody does it. Now Destiny wants to actually fuck kids, so that's like I would have gone with that and turned around and been like, listen, Destiny, just because she looks young doesn't mean she's 10. You shouldn't throw her over the type and try and But it's like, bro, you don't get the best of both worlds. You can't make a joke and then be upset when somebody makes a joke, or be upset when someone legitimately says it and throws it at you, because it's just like the Heel Mike and Zerka thing. They kept joking about the fact that they were pedos, and then one of them fucked a 16-year-old or was making out with a drunk 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing, though. Boogie is literally the person that, like, if you talk shit to him about something, he will quote unquote try to earn it. And then when he owns it, that's him trying to deflect. But then, if you continue to do it, he gets pissed off, even though publicly he says, yeah, I am a narcissist. Yeah, I am a liar. Yeah, I am fat, blah, blah, blah. You talk shit to him about it, then he gets pissed off. You can't do that, bro. You just can't.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just funny watching two different losers trying to freaking take the moral high ground as to who's a bigger piece of shit. Yeah, freaking Destiny over here who slurps cum out of another bitch's, like freaking Yahoo. And then you got this dude over here who's literally like imprisoning a 21-year-old, can't function. And then you got, it's like, bro, it's like, who do you want more, the devil or the devil's friend? Like, fuck them both. They're both losers. Yes, does Destiny do more good than freaking Boogie? Sure, I guess. But it's like, dude's a home.
Oh, bro, I don't know.
Dude's a home wrecker. Dude advocates for political assassination, but yet wants to cry that Elon Musk hasn't taken his docs off of Twitter. Fuck you, bro. No, it should be out there. I'm saying that right now. If you are live in the United States and you believe that you should be able to do political assassinations just because they disagree with you, then put your freaking address out there. Put your address out there. Put your name out there. Put your face out there. Because if that's how you truly feel, then put some skin in the game.
His wife does for him.
His wife is the one that takes all the skin. He don't get none of it. He slurps it up after.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like vote this motherfucker.
Exactly.
If you want politics to be a battlefield, you can't then hide behind, wait, I'm just talking. It's just discourse. Or I have freedom of speech.
You can't.
Especially when you have a shotgun behind you. When you have a shotgun behind you, bro, like you're inviting him. Like,
yeah, but have you seen that Hobbit? If he went ahead and took a shotgun, he'd tear his rotator cuff, bro. The biggest thing on Destiny is his head, and he barely even uses it. Like that dude, you would think with the amount of protein he drinks out of women, he would actually have some muscle definition or something. But no, this soy boy looking ass motherfucker walking around looking like a goddamn sperm with a fucking beard. He wants to turn around and act like he's high and mighty or he's some fucking form of authority on morals. Fuck you, bro.
He does have some white ass teeth. I'll give him that.
Looks like a combination of Tyrion and from Lord of the Rings.
In my little docket thing here, I fucking said Destiny talks fast. I was like, this is Jabberjaw. He talks so fucking fast. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude, slow the hell down.
He does the Ben Shapiro thing.
Okay, so actually, do we know Ben Shapiro's height?
Yeah, he's about
baby dude.
He's like 5'6", the same as Destiny or something, 5'7".
Okay,
I fucking can't.
It's a Napoleon complex thing. I'm
100%
sure.
It is, bro.
Yeah. Probably, yeah.
And I say that as I say that as a 5'3" man. Okay.
Why do you think Marines are so short?
I used to think that I had a Napoleon complex growing up. Okay?
I'll get back to you.
And then I met dudes that were just a little taller than me, just a little bit, right? Okay. Oh no! I do not have a Napoleon complex. Every guy I know with a Napoleon complex has a high-pitched voice, like Destiny and Ben Shapiro, and they talk as fast as they possibly can.
It's because they're trying to.
They want to get all their points across. They essentially want.
It's not
if
even.
They talk faster and louder. They get more points across. They can talk faster. They can get you can't talk over somebody, or you can't essentially combat what they're saying. Is if you can't. You can't understand it.
They do the Trump thing. It's a multitude of different things, different interwoven accusations, stories, hypotheses, freaking hyperboles.
None of it makes sense.
It's just to bombard you, so that way when you try to respond to the cacophony of stupidity that just got spouted out of their mouth, you look weird. And the problem is,
and that's the thing, right? That's the thing. So that's the thing, right? Even if you in theory respond to something that they say, they spit so much shit at you at once that they will almost always, and Destiny would do this too. Destiny did this. If he responded to something and then he immediately after that said, "Oh, so you're not going to comment on the other thing that I just said?" Mm-hmm. But there's so many things that you just accused him of in one sentence that how is somebody supposed to argue that?
Well, here's the thing. Destiny is a prime example of pseudo intellectualism on fucking high. Okay. And there's two ways you can always tell when someone is a pseudo intellectual, and there's two ways you can always tell when you are winning against them. First and foremost is when they use big words to explain small situations. If you want to turn around and go read the dictionary, that's cool. It's awesome. I'm all for people getting their vernacular up and, all of that. But don't turn around and start being like these idiot rappers saying that they rap supercalifragilisticexpialidocious when all they did is rhyme the last word with docious. Fuck off. And then the second
anybody else catch that Plexus used the word vernacular inside of a complex?
Vernacular?
He used Yeah, he used a very fancy word. He used a very fancy word for
No
all
word.
problem.
Who's channeling Destiny?
No,
Okay,
vernacular.
all right, vernacular's not vernacular's not a long word. A good synonym for vernacular is vocabulary. That is it.
So,
okay, Justyn.
The second way
words in a $2 conversation.
I say that with
Exactly.
my biggest Napoleon complex.
The second way you can tell someone is pseudo-intellectual is when they're backed into a corner, all they throw out is whataboutisms. And that is exactly what Destiny did on Pierce Morgan's
Hey, it's
show.
Kmplxity Bot again, guys.
Kmplxity Bot.
Hit us with the lingo. Say the word. Say the word.
Am I back?
Shut
up. So what I'll reiterate is the second way is that all they do is when they're backed into a corner is whataboutisms. And that is what Destiny did on Pierce Morgan's show. He wouldn't answer a single question, and all he did to turn around and be a little 5-year-old, probably because he likes them, and said, "Oh, but they started it. Oh, but the right doesn't have the ability to cry because Donald Trump was a meanie." It's like, bro, shut up. You can tell he's
mean orange man, bro.
Yeah, you can tell you can tell Destiny's the type of person who's never taken a punch unless it was a donkey punch. So the thing is because he's never stood for something. He's never put his foot down and stood up and been willing to sacrifice himself in order to move a cause along. If he was or ever had done that, he would know that calling for political assassination is wrong, and just how quick somebody can be radicalized into doing it.
Not gonna lie, when Boogie went on like his suicide speech, when King was like, "You should clip that and put music behind it." I don't know if y'all caught it, but Destiny was literally laughing, and he had to cover his face because he was laughing so hard. I don't know if y'all caught that or not.
Oh,
I did.
bro.
Yeah.
No, when Boogie and Destiny were like going 100% in, like whenever like it was full, like pretty much yelling and like they were spouting off so many different things. Keemstar at one point just like got up and walked away because he was like, "All right, there's nothing I can do right now." And they're gonna yell at each other for a minute, and he like he walked away and he came back, like his face in that moment when he walked away and like leaned back in his chair, and he was like, "It's still not over. All right, let's see what I can do to interject here because this is going on.
I'm the moderator."
Bro, I wish I was there. I do not like Boogie, but I hate Destiny more. I do not like Boogie, but I would team up with him for just a little bit, and all I needed him to do would just be in the background like a hype man and be like, "Yeah, that's right." I'll just have him in the back be like, "Yeah, exactly." And it's like, 4 million subscribers.
The team up of the century.
Yeah.
I don't think there was anything fake there either. I think Keem is really getting worn down seriously by having to work with Boogie. And Wings.
I don't.
Yeah. No. Hold on. Not and Wings. Not at least for the last month and a half. Wings has been pulling his weight. Wings has been. Well, I can't say he's been pulling his weight. True.
Yeah, he complained about the 4th of July stuff with Wings.
But
yeah, other than that,
that's actually something I have in the docket. I was like, so something that was very prevalent throughout a lot of this was the fact that Keem multiple times said that monetarily wise, none of the money aspect of all of this is not affecting his judgment. The audience is not affecting his judgment. It's his personal, like, he has personal issues with the fact of what Boogie did. And that's actually like a question I'd like to pose. What Keem looks like somebody who has been worn down to the nubs at this point about Boogie, because I think he genuinely was trying to hold out that Boogie wouldn't be this stupid and that he would just like come out and say, "You know what, I'm sorry, like it was accidental, like I didn't mean for this lie, like it was a running lie and it got away from me and I just couldn't stop and I didn't know how." Like, but instead he stood on the ground and he just didn't back down until he was pushed into.
He doubled down, he tripled down, he quadrupled down. It was a mess.
Went down like Trump.
And when Keem gets to this point when he has to fire somebody, I looked at his face and I was like, "This looks like a man who is straight up defeated."
See, here's the thing.
I was curious.
Keem even said that he was going to bring Destiny on. He thought Boogie was just going to say, "Yeah, here, see, look, I do have this," and then it was going to be over. And I know partly Keem is kind of saying like, "Hey, we're making money. Let's go ahead and make this, do it." But again, like I said before, all these commentators making these videos, he loves it. But I think we're beyond bad publicity at this point, because even in the Discord, you can clearly see what people feel about it. And people saying, I'm going to cancel my membership, fuck him, blah, blah, blah. He said he spoke to people, and I'm pretty sure people legit told him, like, that is just a line you don't cross. And even like Muda said it, you don't cross mocking condition that kills people. And the fact that Boogie lied and lied and lied and continued to lie about it kind of set him over the edge. I think. I mean,
so that kind of brings up a good point. You're a moderator in the Lowcat Live Discord, aren't you? Right?
Yeah, I am.
So is there anything going on behind the scenes with all this that you may be able to inform people, like, hey, like this is not good at all? Like, do you have any extra information about all that?
I do not personally. The only thing I can say is, like, in moderator chat, I have put in, hey, Keem, you want to do a wellness check, bro. That's all I've done. But as far as talks, there's no talks that I've been aware of, like, because, I mean, you know, Brady's the other mod. Like, I don't think he's going to talk to us about any of that shit. Because obviously we have no impact on the show. I think what is a little bit more telling was what Tommy said. And when he was putting out that he didn't advocate for him to be fired, but he kind of understood why. I think Tommy was kind of in a bad spot because, one, he wasn't on the last show, and two, when Boogie was on the last show he was on, that's when he just kept digging his grave and then falling into it. So, I mean, I know Tommy got his vacation coming up. He has, you know, his mind elsewhere. I mean, we all saw his video he put out. And, you know, I'm pretty sure his wife is having him do all this other shit while she's working, right? I totally get it. Been there, done that. But I think Tommy's is more or less like, you know, exactly. But I think Tommy's just kind of like, you know, he gives his personal opinion, but he said it before, he just follows orders. So whatever Keem says basically goes. And I think Keem, before all this shit happened, Keem put up the video that he didn't want to be on the show anymore because he wanted to take a step back. This fucked all those plans up. And I think it's maybe starting to believe.
Boogie's been fired. Tommy's going on vacation. So that leaves Wings by himself if Keem does not come back to the show. So what? Thing, right? Keem lets the show fail, or he puts in a couple more weeks.
That's the thing, right? And I don't know his personal life, obviously, but I know when I was going through a wedding and tried to plan a wedding, like, my wife wanted my attention a lot more than normal. So I'm pretty sure he's dealing with some of that blowback. I mean, obviously, I don't know Brantley, I don't know her personality, but just going from my experience, I'm sure he wanted to take a step back. And he even said he's trying to bring Drama Alert back to YouTube. So he has a lot of other shit going on. He doesn't need this on top of it. And I think he was put in a position where he had to act the way he did.
I think he started this show in part, not just because it's a good idea to take some lolcows, detractors, make content and money off of them. Why not find a way to have something more mainstream where you can consolidate the lolcows and monetize it? Very good idea, very simple idea, right? But along the way, he really likes Boogie. He really has a lot of empathy for him. He really did want to not only set him up so that he could continue to earn money into his old age and revive his failing career, but also he's even been trying to tell him, like, hey, get up, do more, you know, mow your lawn, you know, get up and move, do better with your shows, do more streams. And all along.
Real quick, I was just going to say, just to add to that, he offered to buy his house.
Yeah. He's trying to rescue.
That's all I want to say. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so he's trying to really rescue Boogie, to be like a father figure to him, to really lift him up. And so even as this stuff starts to come out, I really believe him when he says, I didn't mean for this to happen. Like, I didn't mean to bring Destiny in. I thought you would resolve it quickly because you're not a private person. Why wouldn't you share it? Why would you fake cancer? So all of that seems to me like he's kind of gotten really into the weeds with really being a part of Boogie's life and really caring about him.
Well, to be fair, I don't think there's anybody in the world who, I think 99% of the world would not look at someone and go, you would fake cancer, wouldn't you? Like, I think.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's not a normal circumstance.
That's not a normal circumstance. Like, that's not something that, like, I feel like, Keem had the she's crazy moment with Boogie, and that's literally like when you're 3 to 6 months into a relationship with a chick and you realize she's not actually a Wiccan, she just likes cutting people. Like, that's what happened with Keem. He was like, oh, you're like fucked up. You're like stupid. Like,
you're retarded.
Me and Flex have the same
towards Keem.
Okay.
Hey,
I think at this point he can't really bring it back, because now there's the added bit of he's either bringing someone on who's going to encourage self-harm, or he's bringing someone on who would do self-harm, who's now, it seems like every podcast is inching closer and closer to something terrible happening. And he seems so unstable that something is going to happen if Boogie stays on the show. If he keeps showing up, someone's going to get hurt.
Well,
no question.
Yeah, well, here's, like I said previously, how do you top cancer? How do you top faking cancer? How do you top that?
Self-harm? Self-harm next.
You got to end yourself at that point.
Ideally, they don't.
Yeah,
ideally, they don't.
Ideally,
yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. If Keem had kept him on the podcast, right, or technically it's supposed to be all of them, but let's be honest, the person who makes the most money is the one who's making the final decision. That's just the way it goes. Money rules everything.
Oh, definitely.
Freaking. But had he, let's say we exit out, we completely, we're in the universe where he doesn't bring the knife out, right? Keem could have literally just been like, okay, your path to redemption is you're going to stay on the show. You're going to make any percentile profit that you should be getting is going to go to St. Jude's until we fucking decide otherwise. You can't miss a single show. You have to prove that, like, we need monthly weight updates. Like, you need to be losing at least a pound a month, like just minimal, right? Just to prove you're even trying, right? Because if you can't lose a pound a month, bro, it's over. Fuck you. Right. And then he could have very easily just like garnished wages, done all of this, and kept him on the podcast so people could treat him like Xerxes and just shame him over and over again. That's going to make money. But when you turn around and lose the I have cancer sympathy card, well, now you need something else to cash in on. And he doesn't have anything else other than his, I was molested, I am psychotic, or I'm depressed, or I'm going to kill myself, or my life's in shambles. Same old song and dance. Yeah, so now he has to one-up I have cancer. And how do you one-up I have cancer?
That's what I'm saying. I think it's a wrap for Boogie. I really do. I mean, I'm sure like he may come on as a guest to just have like an update to see if anybody really cares. But I mean, if he puts out another video, if he shows his face online again, he's just going to get bombarded to just no end, which he should.
By everything. And if not a crypto scam, then faking cancer. If not faking cancer, then...
Well, see, the thing is, I mean, I think at this point, no one even cares about the crypto anymore. It's just... No, it's really. Just it's a layer to the Big Mac at this point.
Yeah.
But I think...
How ironic to use that analogy.
That's why I did it. It's a layer to the Baconator, right? But no, like I just think at this point,
beans for the chili.
I love chili.
You gotta bring wings into this, man. You gotta bring wings.
Oh, here we go. Shut up, Zeph. If I just don't see how he can come back and ever be. I'm not even gonna say beloved. I'm gonna say accepted. I don't see how he could ever be accepted again. Because if he goes live, bro, the only donations he'll get is trolling donations, and it'll be like 99 cents, $1.99, shit like that, just so people can get their message up. But I just don't see it. I just don't.
Well, yesterday he lost about 10,000 subscribers, so that's
gonna hurt.
That's good.
Yeah.
It is.
So we'll see if that just keeps on going down and down and down. So,
well, the other thing too is if he would have stayed on the show, Keem would have lost money. Yeah, and Keem don't want to lose money.
And that's
don't want to lose money.
But see, that's what I was saying, is that if the problem, the one and only problem with what I was suggesting is how would they prove he's not getting any money from the show? Like, they're gonna prove, how do you prove you didn't send somebody a fucking check, right? Like, it's an impossible thing to prove. So you have to, at that point, you have to just fire him. And here's the other thing too, just because he's fired, like conspiracy theory brain here, way out of left field, just saying, just because he's fired, quote unquote, doesn't mean he's still not getting a check behind the scenes. Again, how do you prove something isn't happening? You know,
he is a 25% owner of the show.
Technically, see, I don't know how true that is though, because as far as I know, obviously I'm not going to have insider information unless like I can get it. But it's not like there's an LLC made for Local Live, as far as I know. There's no stake on it. There's no company format of it. There's no, like, it's a brand, sure, but
it has to fall under somewhere so they can file taxes. It has to. It has to be under some company name.
And there has to be a text just umbrella protect. But see, when you do the Google ad revenue, you could have it be your own personal Google AdSense account, and then you just attach that tax form to your own bank information. So then from there, Keem, and they've already said that that Keem is the one who gets the money, and then he distributes the income from his own company from like his own company or whatever it is that he uses. So it's like, there's no way to prove, again, conspiracy brain, I'm not saying this is what's going on, but there's no way to prove Boogie's still not getting paid, right? Like, you have to openly fire this motherfucker, because otherwise, if he's on the show, people are just going to assume he's getting paid still. Like, I love my idea, but that's the biggest downside of it.
The only thing I could remotely see them doing is, if he is still getting paid, he does not get a section of the super chats. He'll get memberships, part of that, but not super chats.
Yeah, part of like the salary and not the bonus.
I assume for sure that he's getting a quarter going forward into perpetuity. That is my assumption. Being fired doesn't affect a thing. They would have to buy him out. Like, it's not just going to be a thing, because, like you said, he signed contracts. He wouldn't go into the details, but I'm sure there's a reason why he wouldn't go into details. I'm sure there are contracts involved.
Just look at Wings and PKA.
If he's a 1099 employee, though,
he's already an employee. The difference with PKA is that was a totally non-profit endeavor until after Wings was already gone. That's why you don't have to buy him out. He was not getting paid. There's no taxes.
I get that, but again, what proof do we have that this is this isn't just, hey guys, here's $20? You know what I'm saying?
I doubt he would commit. I doubt he would commit tax fraud. Is why.
No. What I'm saying is that if they don't necessarily, they could be being paid as contractors, as paid guests, which means they don't have a legitimate salary. They have a service fee or a appearance fee. Yeah. So that means they're not required under any laws to be paid at a certain amount. The amount they're paid doesn't have to be a percentage of what's earned. It has to only be about what they're agreed upon on a contract. Now, obviously, none of us have seen the contract. Obviously, none of us should have the right to see the contract. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is that I have yet to see them be like, oh yeah, this is a company, this is the umbrella company, blah, 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 blah. And the only reason why any of that would be necessary is if there's some sort of evidence in the future that Boogie is still getting paid by the show. Obviously, Keem has already come out and said he's going to get the paycheck for the last for the last month.
Few streams.
Yeah, the last streams, which obviously, as much as I don't like him, he does deserve it because it all came out afterwards.
He was there.
Yeah. So, but that's a whole other scandal to come out. Imagine Boogie2988, the guy who faked cancer, getting paid under the table by Local Live.
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah,
that's fully what I expect. Like, because in part, he helped build the show up. Right, like it wouldn't even be what it is. It wouldn't have the draw that it had he not been here for the 8 or 9 months that it's been going on. Right.
True. Well, and then not only that, but like the whole point of the show was to shit on him and Wings. Now he's gone. Now it's just wings.
Yep.
So I feel like we're getting close to about an hour and a half. I do want to kind of preface and ironically enough, shortly, I think sometime today, Harley from Epic Mealtime did tweet out. It ended up being a troll, but he said that he was going to be replacing Boogie. Aside from Harley, because I think Harley would be great on it, who do you think at this point would be the most likely to replace Boogie, or the most, not necessarily, they don't have to be a locale per se, but somebody who is entertaining as Boogie?
There's more people entertaining than Boogie. I don't think I can find somebody that boring.
Grace Thorpe, bro.
Grace Thorpe, okay.
That would be entertaining.
You talk about it. You talk about entertainment. I want to box Ben Thorpe. I think a good idea would be Willie Mack. Willie Mack would be an entertaining person. Plus, he's very polarizing on his takes, and a lot of people hate him. I think that he could come in as a voice of reason on some things, and definitely a lightning rod on other things. So I
thought Mr. Medicare was actually a great, I loved his part in that stream.
Yeah, but
I think it would be awesome to have.
I don't know if he could. I
don't think he could. Yeah,
no, probably not. But
plenty busy.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. I would rather
ideally, absolutely.
I'm just
Ideally, I'd like to see him on more. Maybe not necessarily replace Boogie.
But here's also the thing, though. That dude pulls fucking 30,000 views a stream. There's no fucking way he's taking that over to locale. I'm sorry. He's not splitting his income with fucking Keemstar, Wings, and Tommy. I'm not nothing against them, but shit, I wouldn't either if I'm pulling triple their numbers or something, you know?
Yeah, no.
I think we got to look more in kind of the classic locales and pull from there, because prior to Boogie being on this show, he didn't have a draw. Nobody cared.
True.
They could pull in iDubbbz, give him another chance, bring him back out, because he's
I don't know.
Huge locale.
They already had
DSP
one cut on there. They don't need another
DSP. Yeah, DSP.
DSP will
give
never
him
get
another
on.
shot.
He wouldn't do it.
Review Tech USA. I don't know why people hate him as much, but I think Review Tech USA could be a good locale to put on there to make fun of.
He's got to be sober.
He's boring.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes, he needs to be sober.
Review Tech USA is too boring to put on, and I say this as somebody who got reintroduced to the whole commentary community through Review Tech USA. I
could argue that Boogie is boring too. I could argue that Boogie is boring too. The point of locale is to make a locale own up to their bullshit, and there's a long history of Review Tech USA shit that he has to own up for, not including the recent shit that's happened, but that probably would have a little bit more precedence had Boogie not done his fucking meme coin shit.
Oh yeah, just pull everything up from Review China USA and make him face all that music.
Imagine if Review Tech was on and then Keemstar somehow finagled Quantum TV on, because that's what we've never got. We've never got a 1-to-1 Review Tech
that would be beautiful.
Quantum confrontation on a live stream. That would be peak entertainment. But
that's another fast talking Napoleon complex if I've ever seen one.
Yes, yes, it is. And he apparently abused his wife.
You get the quartering.
There's actual police records.
The quartering would be good.
Yeah. One guy faked cancer, another guy faked treatment for Alzheimer's. Get them both on.
Fuck it.
You could go also having more trolls on. You get duty streams, try to get Breaking Banquet.
Yeah.
Try to get some of the troll community on.
But the problem is they all end up like fucking 007. They're all gonna end up. Yeah, exactly. Look at what happened when they had Ralph on. It's just pedophile, and then he goes and fractures his hand, fucking punching a wall or some shit. It's if they were entertaining, sure.
The true bitch.
Well, if they were entertaining, sure. But I mean, we all saw what happened I don't know if everybody here knows, but I sure as hell know what happened when 007 went on and failed. I don't think there's any other trolls who want that to happen to them.
It was bad.
I think everybody learned that if you're going to shoot for, don't fly too close to the sun or your community might turn on you and dox your entire family. So, which is
but that makes a good show.
Oh yeah, it definitely gave Wings a win, but here's the thing: they didn't capitalize on it because I highly doubt any of them even know what happened in the whole Troll universe after Wilkins went on there. Yeah. I guess I should fuck Jonathan, fuck him, don't bleep that. Regardless, it's like I don't see them wanting to go on there unless it's like just gonna be a screaming match, which could be entertaining, but just like Wings and Boogie has said, it's like, and even Keemstar has said it too. It's like, bro, you need new material, man. Like you need something. Yeah, you can't just keep saying the same thing, or at least make it entertaining. It might be stupid, but as long as it's dumb entertainment, he'll let it happen.
Whatever brings some money in.
Pretty much. But
so where are we at recording wise? I think maybe now might be a good time to wrap it up. We're kind of
barely around an hour.
Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Yeah, we're barely at an hour.
Barely at an closing hour. Thoughts. We're at an hour.
About an hour.
Perfect. That's good. Is there anything else? Any major topic that maybe we've missed? Not necessarily a closing argument, but any major topic that we haven't talked about thus far that somebody wants to bring up?
Two presidential assassination attempts in 1 week. Biden got good job, COVID. Biden got COVID.
Yes.
Hey.
As of right now, Drama, I have no idea where their source is on this one. Supposedly, Biden has said that he is going to be stepping down out of the race, but that's Drama Alert. I don't know how much the source is.
No, he stated that, I don't remember how long ago, but he said that the only way he would drop out of the race is if he got sick. And after his whole debacle about saying that he wasn't ready to call Trump an assassination attempt on Trump, what is it, like yesterday? Turns out he has magical COVID. Now that his numbers are dropping hard.
Yeah. Hey.
So definitely things are about to shake up this presidential election.
But realistically, whoever they put up there is going to be just committing political suicide because they're going to lose. They're going to lose. So they just need to put up someone that doesn't give a fuck.
He might, though, be the first sitting president to go to jail, though, because he still has all of those court cases going on. Let's not forget that. It's like, just because dodged a bullet doesn't mean like he's not still in federal trouble right now. Like, he might dodge a bullet, but boy can still be put in a cell. And here's the thing. This is something I'm going to say. The only reason Destiny is so mad at Trump is because he dodged a bullet while Destiny married one.
Hey, that's a hot take.
No, hot takes is what she had in her face. That is just truth.
And that's the clip. That's a short right there.
That is a short. Beautiful.
That's one thing I didn't freaking even have time to make shorts. I didn't even think about that, dude. I spent like fucking 5 hours editing the last one. Fucking hell. But like, yeah, I totally forgot about shorts. But regardless, you know who else is short? Destiny. Fuck that bitch. Anyways.
Fuck. I got against short people, asshole.
I don't have anything against short people. They're great to lean on and look down on. I'm just saying.
Wow. This bitch just sounded like Eminem, who just made a whole bunch of diss tracks disrespecting the fuck out of short people. Bro's out here like Eminem, just trying to pick on everybody.
Fuck them midgets. Play basketball on Destiny. Yeah.
Wow.
No, just joking. Wow. You're not a bitch, and we all love you, Big Red. I'm just saying, like, I hate people who try to take moral high grounds like Destiny when you're just a complete piece of shit. Like, don't get me wrong. Again, I've said this. I'm sure he's been nice to people. He's been, he's used all the lines on the girls, blah, 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 blah. But when you have somebody out here who's like, you got somebody calling for death, not even politically. It's not even the first time he's called for people to be killed or whatever. And then you want to turn around and have your own little safe space. Fuck you. You don't deserve one. Like, this is the reason why it pisses me off so much. Like, the number one thing that annoys me the fuck about, like, not being in the military is people. Because at least in the military, when you had a problem with somebody, that shit got solved. I don't care if it was an NJP. I don't care if it was like you get in the ring. I don't care if it was some disciplinary action. Shit got solved. Because if you went to war with an issue with somebody next to you, the person who was supposed to be looking out for you and saving your fucking life, if you got beef with that person, do you expect them to protect you? You can't go to war worried about whether or not you're going to get shot in the back.
We got one word: fratricide.
Yeah,
serious thing.
Exactly, and fuck Destiny.
Well, one thing for us is there was a nice little spot in the motor pool that was a decent little size that no vehicles ever parked in. If there was some shit, it went and got handled. They shook hands and everything was good.
Oh hell yeah!
It's a beautiful day.
Oh yeah. I remember we had a freaking the lieutenants and the generals while we were out in the mountains running operations and shit. They specifically were a hill above us, so that way we could do whatever we wanted to do. So we were mature enough to handle ourselves. But then you go down
they always separated.
Yeah, when you go down the mountain a little bit and you see a circle of Marines right there and a little dust twirling up, shit was getting handled, or people were just passing the time. That's how it went in the field.
You walk away, bro. Just walk away.
When you saw that circle, you just said, "All right, I'm going to turn around. I'm going to act like I didn't even see it."
That's the thing. In the civilian world, people are so used to being able to say stuff and not have any issues. When you're in the military, you have to see, eat, sleep, drink, shower, shit right next to the person you have an issue with all day, every day. And if that doesn't get handled, somebody's dying in combat.
I can't tell you
handle your shit or accept their fate.
I can't tell you how many times I took a shit touching another dude's leg with my leg.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally nut to butt, like they always have been saying. But I remember.
Oh yeah,
I remember one.
That's how we say it warm in the Army, bro.
Yes, sir. But I remember one time when we were doing night operations and shit, and freaking and I felt bad for the guy because I had told him and it wasn't a lie, that I hadn't wrestled in a while. He thought we were gonna keep it on this standing up, but I don't fucking play that game. So he took a boot to the face by accident after being flipped over. Boy's face completely swelled up purple. And next morning, when the lieutenant was like, "What the fuck happened to your face, Marine?" He was like, "I fell down some stairs," and the lieutenant was like, on a mountain. Where did you find stairs on a mountain? And he's just like, "I'm just that stupid, sir." And lieutenant's like, "All right, at ease. All right," just walked away. Cause shit got handled. That's why. We and dude didn't have beef.
Funny part is that alone builds camaraderie.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
When you have beef and you get into it and you beat the shit out of each other, but no one says anything, that right there will make best friends.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And it's impossible to have that in an internet community where I can shut off and now there go all my consequences. They're all still online. I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah, I can shut
off. I think the next episode, or at least at some point, we need to get Jimmy on here, and we need to just have the three servicemen talk about their time in the service and just the shit
was
that
in
they
Canada.
went through.
They don't have a military, bro.
Oh, that's a call out to you, Jimmy. Come on, defend yourself.
I'm sure they have
defend your country and their military.
What was that cartoon? With
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yes. No. It was a dude on a horse or a moose or some shit. He was in a red uniform with a brown hat. Motherfucker, stop it. You don't have a military, bro.
Let's calling you out, Jimmy. Come on here and let's talk about it.
Yeah,
Dudley Do Right.
Dudley Do Right. Oh no.
That's your military, bro. Dudley Do Right.
Just the Mounties.
Yeah. Or he's just the trooper from freaking Leave It to Beaver. Throwing kids in the stream. You gonna learn today.
Yeah, fuck you.
Hey man, as long as Destiny's around, he'll save that 10-year-old. Don't worry. Yeah, we can go ahead and wrap it up if anyone has any closing statements. Speaking of all things that we've talked about throughout this will be popping up as things go, but if we ever do want to actually be sharing a screen and roll through stuff down, we do now have a Twitter. The Twitter is at DA After Show. So DA After Show, After Show. If you want to go ahead and give that a follow to keep up with everything that we're going to be posting out, or anytime that we have videos going out or anything of that nature, feel free to give it a follow.
And then, of
And feel
course,
free to leave
in the
suggestions.
description today, we'll have anybody's linked socials. So that way, if you liked any particular person that was speaking today, you can go follow them on whatever socials they decide to give out.
Or if you want to hate, please come through, give me a view, leave a comment. I'll give you all my socials. Feel free to send as much hate as you want.
All of them?
Bro, no. If you hate,
not all of them.
come be on the panel. Come be on the panel. If you hate something we said, come be on the panel. We'll
invite.
set this up. We'll make it a boxing ring, baby.
Fucking invite.
Open invite.
Yep.
We'll make this
We're
bitch a boxing
nobodies,
ring.
and we're
Let's go.
encouraging the nobodies to have a voice too.
Exactly.
I will moderate.
Fucking moderation.
Moderate.
Okay, Keem. Jeez.
You're damn
You gonna
right.
get up
You're
for
damn
5
right.
minutes and just let them argue it out?
What do you mean? I'm going to be the one here arguing. What was it again? What was it? The Trump whatever brain syndrome, the complexity brain syndrome. There you go. I'm the one that's going to be arguing most of the time, probably.
Complexity derangement syndrome.
Yeah, there you go.
I think we need to have complexity v corpse, but on here.
That'll never happen. You know, that'll never happen, bro. I mean, I'm down with it, but I don't think that'll ever happen. Regardless,
We have a proxy. He'll probably have a proxy and have Brady sit in.
We didn't get Brady on here. I think Brady would have fun. Would be fun on here.
I don't think so. I doubt that he would have. Maybe he would have some fun.
I don't know. I don't think he would. I don't think he would want to come on here, but I think his personality is so. He has a goofy personality that I'd love to make fun with, just to fuck with him.
Big Daddy B, baby.
Exactly, my daddy B.
All right, thoughts.
You're
Ram,
the
what you
mod.
got?
He is the mod. He's not afraid to let you know about it.
I'm the assistant to the regional mod. Remember that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, don't bring yourself down with that too, though. Just be assistant mod. You got this. I also think you're stronger than Brady physically.
Probably. The kid here probably has natural strength. Brady has gym strength. There's two completely different
That's the
things.
difference. I don't have to go to the gym and post selfies so I can jack off to them later. You know what I mean? I don't need to do that. So.
Wait, are you not supposed to do that?
I do it.
Fuck.
I don't know about you guys. The best porn I watch is in my flat screen mirror. I'm just saying.
I have a mirror on the ceiling, bro.
Dude, you're
just
out.
Just
you
my
need
dick.
A curved mirror.
Well, apparently Brady's seen that.
Wait,
you've seen Brady's.
Anyone who's seen Complexity's Not Safe for Work Twitter has probably also seen his dick. Let's just be fair here.
Oh yeah,
I have not seen that for the record.
There's a couple people that really want to see it.
I mean, Swifty gave it a rating, so you know.
Jeez.
But he also
hold on. What did you've told me this. What did he rate you?
Well, he didn't give it a legitimate 7 out of 10 or something. But I had made the joke that when it was me, him, Bud, Dank, and a couple of other guys in a VC, I had made the joke that everybody went on that Not Safe for Work Twitter and was saving all my pictures and shit of me being naked and whatnot, and all this other and all my cum too, apparently. But they wanted to save all these Not Safe for Work pictures, and I made the joke that nobody turned around and nobody has turned around and said my dick was small. And Swifty he turns around and he goes, "Oh no! If I'll keep the same energy I did with Egg Picker when I rated his. It's not small, it's nice, da 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 da." And I'm like, I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask for. Yeah, he found it. Swifty's the one who found Egg Picker's dick.
Dude, Predators are weird, man.
I think we can call it.
And they
there.
call me the
Let's call it there, baby.
Yeah.
You're the most normal Redditor I know.
All I'm saying is, if I'm jacking off to anything for complexity, it's that beard. I have beard envy.
Hey,
that's about it. Yeah, both of you comparatively to me, I'm envious of that fucking beard.
As the person with the least facial hair, yes, I also have beard envy of complexity.
All right, guys, that was the show. Enjoy your evening.
Everybody keep circle jerking him. Keep going.
No, fuck
He's
that.
close.
Keep 10-year-olds away from Destiny.